on to Fast Track SLAs when cyber risks meets CMDB. Remediation for critical security risks is arguably the most important SLA for your IT team. That's why IDBNY takes a proactive approach to uniting IT and security teams. In this next session, Beatrice, VP of Application Security at IDBNY, will showcase how her consolidated approach enables IDB Bank to stay agile and ahead of the curve securely when it comes to technology and innovation. Please welcome Beatrice to the stage.
Hello, and welcome to the Fast Tracking SLAs when cyber risk meets CMDB. My name is Beatrice Sirchis. I am the Vice President Application Security Manager for IDB Bank. And my background is extensive network engineering, security infrastructure, security architect, and in the past, CISO for the affiliated subsidiaries for IDB Bank. It's a bank founded in 1935, headquarters in New York, Manhattan. This is the website. It's commercial and private banking, international banking, and it's the biggest private banking in the area. So as a growing bank and business, we need a platform that will allow security to be a business enabler. And not only that, also to give us a competitive advantage. And being said that, we need some requirements that are mandatory in order to have this competitive advantage. First of all is to have a complete asset inventory for anything that the bank holds on-prem and on the multi-cloud environments. We also need to be able to integrate the business and the IT systems as we are a highly regulated environment, and we have to have the ability to perform a real-time threat detection and being able to remediate in a timely manner as well. We need to be able to stay on top of the growing number of hardware and software providers, and I'm sure all of us know how many are those, and to be able to do that in one platform. And also, very important to be able to improve our efficiency and to be able to, so that means we need to have a continuous visibility across hybrid environments. That means to have a complete visibility over the multiple software packages and operating systems that we are leveraging. That means also to have a passive sensor that is able to detect each and every device that is connected to the corporate network, and not only to detect, also to be able to scan the vulnerabilities and view the compliance. And very important also to have an understanding of the asset communications and the relationships and the key devices. And all those are based on a very efficient purge rules database that we are maintaining in order to keep our inventory clean. So some of those challenges that I'm sure that we all have are related to the software that is either unauthorized or needs upgrade, or maybe some security controls that are missing. So, for example, having the mandatory requirement to beware of end of life, end of support software and operating systems, we made a plan to correctly identify those. So for example, we are able to identify using the Qualys platform, the outdated software packages, end of life or end of support, such as Java and .NET. And as you all know, those are so much related to all kinds of applications and business applications. We are also able to identify and uh, be aware of software that is elevating the security risk, such as sniffers, such as software that is uh, un, unpackaged, such as software that is that needs upgrade for a long time. We are also able to identify automatically highly visible vulnerabilities, such as where the Log4j and the Spring4Shell. And also very, very important in order to maintain this platform, the infrastructure working, is to detect the missing agents. So for example, we are using Qualys in order to detect if some CrowdStrike agents are missing and where, or Splunk, or even Qualys cloud agents. This is the way or that we are using in order to have a very shared view for the infrastructure and for the security on the very same platform. Okay, so having said this and having that those that ensure that our database is kept clean, we need to allow the IT platform providing to us is, first of all, the complete asset inventory that we are using both as a cybersecurity team and as an IT team. And this is the asset inventory that provides the visibility over the on-prem IT and cybersecurity systems and over the cloud ones. And also, we are able, using the platform, to reduce the mean time to remediation based on the Qualys and CMDB integration that allows us to automatically update the vulnerabilities and the assets from Qualys to CMDB and automatically assign the vulnerabilities to the respective teams. So let's see a few of the critical requirements that we defined ourselves while implementing and deploying this integration, Qualys and CMDB. First of all, it's obvious dynamic visibility. We need to have real-time visibility of anything. So as we spoke about the network passive sensor that sees everything that would be connected to the corporate network, the connectors that Qualys has they have a complete identification of the external and internet-facing exposure. And having that visibility to be able to automatically scan for vulnerability and for compliance. They are both very important because vulnerabilities might expose from an exploitability perspective, but similarly, the compliance can have the same risks. The third critical requirement is to identify the gaps. Some of those gaps, as we all face this end of life, end of support, operating systems and software, we are all always trying to be proactive and see that ahead of time and plan ahead. Besides that, to identify the unauthorized software or the missing agents. The next requirement is to have an automated process in which CMDB is automatically synchronized with assets and vulnerabilities from Qualys. Um, and so we are able to define in CMDB the automatic assignment, of which we will speak a little bit later. And one of the most important requirements is to be able to report, because as we all say, we all know, reporting is very, very, very important. Reporting to the management, reporting to various stakeholders in the bank. So we were able to define a unified dashboard into Qualys that includes the corporate key risk indicators, and those are automatically updated according to the posture related to the vulnerabilities and related to the risk. And this dashboard is a shared platform for security, for the risk, for the internal audit. Also, when the regulators are coming, they can see those key risk indicators for the IT risk. So this is a shared platform for all the stakeholders in the bank. And very, very important, and I need to emphasize, it's an automatically updated one. Nobody needs to touch it. We look at it and we see what our posture is. One of the very important features that we are using from Qualys is an effective tagging. Tagging that is addressing not only the business, it's addressing also the IT. So those tags that we defined in Qualys allows us to identify automatically all the assets that are related to business or IT or cybersecurity critical systems. We are also able to automatically identify the environments and the locations of those assets. Of course, we are able to identify the operating systems and the software types and versions. And we have defined functional and performance tagging that are very helpful to maintain this platform very efficient. So how we use CSAM? CSAM is the main platform to manage the assets, all the assets. One of the main features that we are using CSAM for is to monitor and identify and manage the end of life, end of support, not only for the operating system, but also for the software. Having identifying those way ahead, we are able to plan all the upgrades for the upcoming year, and not only the upgrades, also the budget. And we defined the key risk indicators dashboard in a manner that is very straightforward to read, meaning the green buttons are the ones that are the key risk indicators that are compliant to the thresholds, and the orange buttons are the ones that need an attention. Two very important features that we are using in order to prioritize and remediate are the asset criticality and the true risk ratings. We are defining the asset criticality for the bank assets according to the business criticality, of course, and the infrastructure criticality. And the true risk is the one that allows us to correctly prioritize when it comes to patching, because of course we can never go to 100% patching, but we can focus on the ones that are most meaningful from a risk perspective. The CMDB integration is the one that is allowing us to have a very efficient patching and remediation process. Having daily and automatic synchronization between CMDB and Qualys using the CMDB sync package from Qualys. We defined in CMDB automatic assignment rules in order to assign colleagues are getting those vulnerabilities automatically, and they can plan ahead what they need to do in order to remediate. On top of that, we defined an SLA. What is the expectation for those vulnerabilities to be remediated? Because in this way, all our colleagues can plan their work according to the SLA that we are expecting to be compliant. So I would like to emphasize 4 major features and outcomes that we get as a business from this Qualys CMDB integration. First of all, is the medium time to remediate, which is more than 200% faster. You know, even thinking about not having to manually assign and think about each vulnerability, who would be the stakeholder to address it, it makes this very, very efficient. The second outcome and benefit that we have is that we are instantly compliant not only to the SLAs that we defined, but also for all the requirements to have a complete updated inventory and staying on top of the end of life, end of support, you know, all those requirements that being a highly regulated bank, we need to be compliant. The third benefit is to be able to proactively plan and address the end of support operating systems. And that would be months and even a year ahead, sometimes even more than that, because we have all this information into the Qualys platform. So we know exactly when each operating system version is going to be end of support, allowing us to plan ahead. And the fourth benefit, that is a huge one, is to close tickets faster. Let's think together what would be to manually start and assign vulnerabilities, and there are hundreds and thousands of those to the stakeholders, and manually manage this process, that it's even unthinkable. So more than 90% of the vulnerabilities are automatically assigned, allowing all of us to focus on work and not to find the right stakeholder. So overall, this is a very, very important integration that allows us to have the benefit to manage the business and to take care of the business, while all those topics are automatically taken care. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to share those with you. And goodbye.